Have you ever met someone who seems too good to be true? Someone who showers you with compliments, gifts, and talks about your future together before you've even had a chance to finish your coffee? While it might seem like a dream come true, you might be a victim of love bombing. Finding love can be one of the most beautiful experiences in life, but there are so many ways it can happen. You might meet your soulmate through a friend, or at work, or even connect with someone special on a dating app. However, there are occasions when things don't turn out as planned. Unfortunately, there's a manipulative practice known as love bombing that some people use to gain someone's affection by showering them with attention, affection, and gifts. It might sound nice at first, but it can lead to unhealthy relationships and can leave you feeling confused and hurt. Love bombing can happen intentionally or unintentionally and can come from romantic partners, family members, or friends. It's often driven by insecurities, a lack of trust, or a dependence on others. It's commonly associated with people who have anxious or insecure attachment style, narcissistic personality disorder, or learned behavior from past abusive relationships or parents. When someone engages in love bombing to win you over, it's often a sign that they have deep insecurities and a need for constant reassurance that they are loved and valued. They may be seeking validation from you to fill a void within themselves, and this can lead to a manipulative and unhealthy dynamic in the relationship. It's a tricky situation to navigate, as it can be difficult to know someone's true intentions until it's too late. As much as we wish that love could always be rainbows and butterflies, unfortunately, that's not always the case. Someone who initially showers you with love and affection may turn to darker tactics like domestic abuse or gaslighting. Once the honeymoon phase wears off, it can be hard to believe that someone who once seemed so loving can be capable of such behavior. But it's important to recognize the signs and get help if you need it. One way love bombing can manifest is through showering you with unexpected gifts to manipulate you into a relationship. These gifts are not something like receiving a bunch of flowers on a first date. These gifts are usually something expensive, like jewelry or luxury branded clothes. While receiving gifts can feel amazing, it becomes problematic when the gifts are excessive, unnecessary, or unwanted. If you've communicated that you don't want these gifts, but your admirer keeps giving them anyway, it may be a sign that you're being love bombed. It's important to keep an eye out for these red flags in order to protect yourself from potentially harmful situations. Another sign of love bombing is when they rush into things and try to fast forward your relationship. They might say that you're their soulmate after just a few dates, or talk about running away together. They might even want to introduce you to their family and friends right away, even if you're not ready for that step. This can be overwhelming and make you feel like things are moving too fast. When dealing with a love bomber, saying no may not be enough. They may become defensive, try to invalidate your feelings, or convince you that you're being unreasonable. Remember, your boundaries and feelings are valid, and it's important to be with someone who respects you. The next sign is when your partner wants to be the center of your universe, isolating you from your loved ones and hobbies. And it's not okay. By cutting you off from your support system, love bombers gain more control over you and your life. Sometimes it's not always clear, and the signs can be subtle, such as making you feel guilty, or they get moody when you spend time with friends or family, and maybe they refuse to let you do things or go places without their presence. Either way, it's emotional abuse and not a healthy way to conduct a relationship. Remember, your comfort and safety should always come first. Another example of a love bomber is that they constantly check in on what you're doing when they're not around, or go overboard with expressing their feelings for you. They might even check your location more often than necessary. And in this day and age, love bombing can even happen online. Your partner might post excessively about you on social media, trying to gain public approval of your relationship. So, the big question is, can you make this relationship work when love bombing is involved? Well, it depends on the love bomber. However, it requires both parties to work on rebuilding trust and establishing healthy communication and boundaries. The person who did the love bombing must recognize their harmful behavior and commit to changing it, while you must be willing to forgive and work towards a healthier dynamic. It can be a challenging process, but with effort and dedication, It is possible to overcome the effects of love bombing and build a stronger, healthier relationship. If it's still early on in the relationship and you're not sure if it's love bombing or just a strong crush, it's okay to have a conversation and set some healthy boundaries. And if you can't make it work and you find yourself in a situation where you're manipulated in any way, it's important to remove yourself from that situation as safely as possible and seek support outside of the relationship. Love bombing is a sneaky way of manipulating someone's emotions, and it's totally normal to feel attached to someone who gives you all the attention and affection that you were waiting for. And you may even try to defend their actions. But the truth is, narcissists target people's insecurities and use them to control their partner. They make you feel like they truly understand you and validate you, even if their behavior is actually controlling and unhealthy. Ultimately, it's not your responsibility to change a love bomber's behavior, and it's important to prioritize your own safety and well-being. Remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness, and there are people and resources available to support you in this process. It's important to have someone you can trust while dealing with a manipulative person in a relationship. Talking to a close friend or family member can be really helpful. You can also look for support groups or seek out a therapist who specializes in dealing with love bombing, even if they don't specifically use that term. The key is to find someone who can help you understand what's happening and give you the support and tools you need to safely navigate the situation. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. It might be helpful to check out our video about narcissistic personality disorder to find out more about the signs and symptoms. Watch it now and start your journey recovery.